I probably should have got my garage sorted out before I bought a crashed car, but such is life. We got a ton to unbox today. Buying a pallet jack, best decision ever. The most expensive item has the Ferrari genuine tape on it. I spent a pretty penny. All this stuff was very... Well, we have nonsense here to update the garage. We got car parts, tools, and accessories here, as well as here. We have Ferrari genuine parts I may or may not have just broken. More to come on that. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to vlog. Now, we got all sorts of different topics in today's video. We are selling another car, I know. More on that. We have finally an update on my dad's truck, and we have a very special celebrity that's gonna be here pretty soon. Yeah, decently soon. I love how the price of the car part in this box is actually displayed on the cardboard. If you're gonna steal a package, this is the package. And because I'm curious to see if I broke this, we're gonna open this one up first. The bubble wrap is a good sign. I would imagine the car part should be totally fine. We have a brand new headlight for the Ferrari 812. Look at that. Start tallying up the car parts, $2,500 later. I apologize, the lighting here in the garage is not the best, but you can see here on the passenger headlight where it's all fractured, a bunch of the plastic, one of the brackets here is also missing. You can see the bracket right there that completely got sheared off. Unfortunately, $2,500. I didn't really have a choice. I'll try to sell this on eBay. I don't know if there's a market for it, but I don't know, we'll find out. I have been spending so much time buying Ferrari used car parts. This came all the way from Germany. I'm really hoping my calculations are correct on this part. It's for an 812 GTS, which is the convertible version of my car. I'm nearly certain it's the exact same part. If I'm wrong, it's gonna cost me, well, it's gonna cost me a lot of money because every single Ferrari part is so incredibly overpriced. We have the passenger mirror for the Ferrari 812. Look, you guys. Of course, immediately you'll notice it's the wrong color. We can just repaint it. We're gonna repaint the entire car, so it doesn't really matter. But based off my calculations, as well as the part number, the mirrors appear to be the exact same between the GTS and the Superfast. I hope. I really pray, because this was about $1,200. And of course, here on the passenger door, you can see the mirror. Well, she didn't survive. One thing I'm always complaining about is lighting. This is gonna be a game changer. We got two of them. These are the light sticks from Benpack. Working on a car in the darkness is not a vibe. I wanna get these things charged ASAP, but a quick demo, that's sick. As much fun as it is throwing stuff around haphazardly, I realize it's probably a lot easier. That didn't work. I think, not as easy. We're gonna have to mount this baby up. We got the air hose with the reel. I have flat tires, the tires low in air constantly. I already know this is gonna be one of the ugliest moments in the 12 years I've been on YouTube, so I do apologize, but I'm human. That was easy. What? I haven't even been working out. That was cakewalk. We're cranking, baby. I'm gonna build this at the end of today's video, but it's very important to notate, do not stack. It even has the graphic here. I'm sure everything is totally, I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. I gotta pull the motor out of that Ferrari, and I can't do it until I got all this stuff. Even if you've watched only one video on my channel, you know I deal with dead batteries probably more than anybody. This is a 4-in-1. Battery jumper, air compressor, 12-volt charger, and a flashlight all in one. When I pull the motor on the 812, one of the first steps, of course, is to drain the motor oil. We need one of these. I'm not gonna bore you guys putting this thing together. Pretty self-explanatory. 18 gallon capacity though. Obviously you drain the motor oil into this. It's only about 68 degrees Fahrenheit today, so this is not necessarily necessary for today's weather, but this summertime when it's 105 in Utah, this is gonna be a game changer. The Cool Boss, it is a portable air conditioning unit. It's really not hot enough to actually build that today, so we're gonna wait probably like 45 days until it actually is prime summertime. We're gonna focus on this right here. Now, one of the biggest pet peeves I have in this house is the echo, and I'm praying this is gonna not maybe solve it, but at least help. This could be either the greatest purchase of my life or the worst purchase ever. We got sound deadening panels, and we got a lot of them. The echo in all three of my garages is absolutely terrible. The big garage is by far the worst, but even the two-car garages are not very good. Hello! That's with the garage door open. With it closed, it's even worse. So I'm hoping these sound deadening panels will help ever so slightly. You can see they got the foam backing, so the goal is to cover this entire wall, and if it helps, cover the entire garage. And out of nowhere, everywhere. Hey, Floofy. Well, I want to figure out a scientific way to test the echo. So Sophia is very skilled and talented in this specific field, aren't you?
Yeah, this is.
You've trained your whole life. Yes, your whole life for this. So Sophia's gonna yell into the drywall and yell into the phone. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Hello. Hello.
You didn't yell as loud.
Hello.
Okay, so basically, we've determined absolutely nothing. You scream so much louder to the phone. Same volume, same pitch. Try again.
Hello. Hello.
It helps.
I think it does.
Definitely helps.
Yeah.
As much fun as it would be to clean this up, let's just make it easy. You know what? This is probably not going to be like the biggest surprise of all time. We're selling the Nissan Z. Now, if you do want to buy the car, check out the link below to Private Auto. The price, the mileage, condition, all the little details of the car are going to be listed on Private Auto. If you have any questions pertaining to the Z as well, you can actually message me on Private Auto too. I've had the car for over a year. I've done 900 miles, which is very embarrassing. Now, the Nissan Z has the Phantom wide body kit, the polished aluminum Mateguis. It has the FI exhaust. And of course, it's on Air Ride from Airlift Performance. You gotta admit, that is properly sick. The only reason I'm selling this car, I just don't really drive it that much. I wanna take the money, finish the A12, help on the Gallardo, maybe work on the Batcave. Somebody out there is gonna love this car and drive it way more than me. If you have any questions on it, message me on Private Auto. And yes, of course, today's video has been sponsored by Private Auto. Now, finding private party vehicles for sale is almost impossible. Most marketplaces, they just prioritize dealers. Other marketplaces are just full of fraud. And Private Auto realized this, and they came up with a solution. Private Auto has the largest selection of private party vehicles anywhere. We're talking over 100,000 vehicles listed on Private Auto that are true for sale by owner. And not only does Private Auto have the largest selection of private party vehicles anywhere, you can also look at market data in your area to make sure you are getting the perfect car. With Private Auto, you can shop and transact. If you want to buy my Nissan Z or check out the other 100,000 vehicles for sale on Private Auto, check out the link in the description below. And using my code STRAD, you can actually list your own car for free on Private Auto. Check out the link below or simply visit privateauto.com. Now, the Nissan Z only has 887 miles on the odometer. This car absolutely takes off though. It is so much fun to drive. I should have driven it more, but I didn't, so we're gonna sell it. It's also important to note this car has a ton of check engine lights. I'm really not selling this car very well. Obviously, it has an aftermarket Phantom wide body kit, so it's got no parking sensors. It has no front crash sensors. It's got a check engine light and a TPMS light. And air rev matches on downshift. Now we're headed off to DT Auto Brokers to see my dad's truck. If you don't know the backstory, my dad owned this truck for about 25 years. My grandpa owned it before him, and then it left the family. It was gone for about 15 years. And Nick and I, Burlacker and I, we found it in Baldwinville, Massachusetts in the absolute sticks. So the truck is now gonna be restored. We're not gonna like fully restore it. We're gonna do like OEM Plus. Yeah, OEM Plus. Check that out. So I dropped off my dad's truck here a couple weeks ago. The stripping process has officially begun. That's crazy. Well, here she is in all of her glory, and I'm not talking about the man with the beard. I'm talking about my dad's truck. So right now we have a V8 in it. We're gonna swap that out for another V8, but an LS3. And then we're trying to decide on the engine bay, do we paint it black or do we paint it gold to match? Sophia's nearly certain we go gold.
100%.
Gold, 100% gold.
Oh man, that's a good question.
Well, I think it's decided based purely off Sophia. So we're gonna paint the whole engine bay gold just because it's gonna look that much fresher. So the LS3 we got, it's a crate motor. It's actually inside, it's fully boxed up. We're not gonna show it right now.
Yeah.
What kind of power are we looking at?
So the LS3 makes around 500.
Supercharged?
So, no, it's a normally aspirated motor.
If we supercharge it, where would we be at?
You're probably gonna be around probably 7.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
657.
I like these tires right here, but we want to roast them a lot. Now, initially, we're just going to do an LS3 500 horsepower.
Yep.
Someday, one day, we might supercharge it. Maybe we'll twin turbo it. And a guy I know loves twin turbos.
That would be me.
Yes.
That would be me.
Well, that car does not have twin turbos, no engine. It used to. long story, not enough time in the day.
No, but she's gonna be quick again one day.
Yes, someday.
So.
Now the back end of the truck does need a lot of love. We're gonna sandblast basically this entire thing. We're gonna get some fresh wood back here, but as Josh was just saying, 500 horsepower, little light on the back end.
Yeah, so what's so rad is like, since we decided to go out as 3, dude, it's gonna move. This truck's gonna free, there's no traction control, no ABS, there's nothing. It's just straight raw 500 horsepower. And anyone that's
we
driven,
need some thick tires in the back, some meaty boys.
We're gonna need some meat, so we're definitely gonna put some fatties
Yes,
on
so
the back.
meat.
Yes.
We need some meat.
Yeah,
Yes.
we need some meats. So it's gonna get some meats on the back. It's gonna help it stick, but this truck's still gonna burn them up.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna freaking light them up.
Now we actually just got a paint sample for my dad's truck. So the plan is to respray the truck, but we want to return it close to his factory as possible. So we got 2 different colors. I don't know if the camera's picking it up fully. On the right side is actually the original paint from 1969, and on the left is from 1972. And ironically, 1972 actually looks closer to how it does now. So in 55 years, the paint faded closer to 72. Well, I just want to see your fingernails though. Yep.
So which one would you like? Would you like more of this or more of this?
Josh has a handful of daughters,
Yes,
and
I do.
Sunday with Nella involved pink fingernails.
100%.
They look
So,
great though. It
thank
accentuates you.
Look, Nella, everyone likes your nails. Ah, good job.
Now, as far as the interior, we're also gonna dial this in as well. We're gonna reupholster the whole thing. The dash is gonna get painted as well. We are gonna keep the manual transmission. We gotta get a much better steering wheel as well. We're gonna clean up this whole thing. We're gonna keep the white top. And these lights up here, absolutely, that's one of the coolest features. We are gonna get some LED lights for the headlights though.
Yep.
The halo lights.
Yes.
Just like your Miata, yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Kind of the goal of this truck is to make it like OEM plus. A lot of originality, obviously a newer motor, proper power, updated headlights, but still that conventional look. Like when I see this truck, the main goal, I want it to look just like it did when my dad drove it, which he drove for 20 years. My grandpa drove this thing for 20 years. It's been in the family forever, and it's never gonna leave the family. You hate to see him go, but man, do you love to watch him as you leave. That poor Cadillac's got no motor, but it will soon enough. And Dad's truck is gonna be painted soon, and the chassis is gonna be here in 2 weeks. I'm not doing the best job selling this car right now, but one of the issues, when the car is raised all the way up, you cannot turn whatsoever, otherwise you'll take off that front bumper. So now that we have gotten up over the bump, we are going to air down. Boom, easy. Well, unfortunately, the bend pack lift, we still don't have power yet. The guys were supposed to arrive today. That didn't happen, so unfortunately, there's really nothing we can do on the 812 quite yet until we get the car up. So all these sound deadening panels, they're still covered in plastic wrap. We're gonna cut all that out. I just wanna hear the magic of the sound deadening. Hear that? Hear the magic. That was not scripted.
It's supposed to be no noise.
Oh, true. We don't want to hear anything.
wanna hear-
We don't want to hear a word. Sophie's having so much fun making the sound deadening panels dance, as she said. Yes, they are dancing. Okay, wow, do that again. No, do that again. Let's see
can't
that.
redo that,
Yes,
no.
you can. The technique is uncanny. What? We're trying to figure out if it actually helps. I think it does,
I
right?
think it does, yeah.
Hello! In the O and hello, it just stops.
Stop
It ends right there. Let's go. I've been trying to solve this echo issue for so long. And when I say trying to solve, I've done absolutely nothing but complain. But I think this is actually going to work. So all these sound deadening panels, I want to do this whole wall here, the whole wall over there. We got new lights on order as well. The ceiling's going black. Miss Interior Designer herself is in charge of this project moving forward.
It'll look good, I promise.
You're here for a month. I expect it to be done.
Fun.
Hopefully longer. Come stay longer. Stay as long as you want. Canada.
Right, get kicked.
Canada. Come on, brother. Now, just to prove to you guys how bad the echo is in this garage. Hello! That is awful. I hate that so bad. So the sound deadening panels I just got, imagine the ceiling covered as well as this entire wall. I think that would have a dramatic effect. I think we're spending basically the entire Nissan Z on sound deadening panels. I know that sounds ridiculous, but Sophia just pointed out that last summer I sold my Mark IV Supra for grass. And now I'm selling my Nissan Z for sound deadening panels. Folded arms, body language is not looking good. Houses are expensive, they are out of control. We're selling multiple cars for plastic foam panels. That's crazy. And of course, down here in the back cave, we gotta finish all the flooring here, the staircase, as well as the staircase there. But underground, not a lot has happened. Come on, Floof, let's go, bud. Let's go follow the leader. Now, we have not been down here in the back cave in forever. Also, the lighting's absolutely disgusting. Nothing has really changed, unfortunately. Step one is the lighting. I got a couple quotes with my electrician. The lighting I want to do is very, very expensive, but when I do it, I got to do it right. This place has to be the sickest underground garage ever, so I want to spend, but I'm not ready to spend. But eventually, step one is lighting, then we can do drywall, then we can do flooring, paint the entire thing. We're going to do white. Every single thing you see here is going to be bright white. We're going to have the coolest lights ever. That's going to happen eventually, but I really don't need the parking down here, so that's kind of why I've been delaying, because it's not really necessary. Well, I think that is pretty much going to end today's video. So the Nissan Z is for sale on private auto, and the restoration on my dad's truck has officially begun. We got the LS3. The chassis is going to be here in 2 weeks. Body's being repaired. We're going to respray it. Which color did you guys like better, the lighter gold or the darker gold? I keep going back and forth. My ultimate goal, I want the truck to look like it did when my dad drove it. And funny enough, as far as sentimental value, my dad sold that truck for $500. I don't think he, honestly really cares. Like my mom, my brothers, myself, we have the sentimental value. And so I've talked to my mom a lot on what I should do, what direction I should go, but a truck that I'm gonna drive, because the one thing my dad never liked to see is a vehicle going to waste. So I want to drive that truck to Oregon, go see my mom someday, and really turn it into something that I think my dad would think is cool and something he'd be proud of. Yeah, we're gonna have a ton of fun with it. I can't wait for the next update, but on that bombshell, today's video is over.